Bonjour, bonjour, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I'm DMC, I'm an artist based in Atlanta. I do anime, realism, and illustration. If you'd like to check some of my artwork, I'm gonna put down below the link of my social media in my portfolio. Halloween edition. This is a costume, was for Halloween, trying to be a Egyptian goddess, something like that, so, bear with me. I love Halloween because of the costumes, and most of you know I love cosplay and art and stuff like that. So hey, this is Halloween. So today's video I'll be talking about a spooky kind of theme, and it's gonna be the Yu-Gi-Oh marketing. Yeah, that is very spooky for me, so let's get into it. So just like my previous videos, I'll be doing is talking about the theme, and then I'm gonna be posting a drawing behind me while we're talking. All right, and it's gonna be Summon Skull, but this one is Summon Skull inked with Copic markers. I'm gonna put down below the information about which material I'm using for this Summon Skull artwork. So let's get into it. You guys, I have Master Mika in the background. He's right here. He's like supervising and seeing that I'm working actually. He's the manager, just letting you guys know. All right, let's talk about Yu-Gi-Oh marketing. So the whole thing about reprints, investing on your deck, and the whole thing about the pros and cons about a reprint, right? So let's start with the pros of a reprint. The reprints helps a lot when you want to get a card for your deck, which is turned out to be expensive. So reprints can help you purchase this card in a very different value, much cheaper of course compared to actually buying this $100 card just for your deck. Because one of the things we struggle a lot us duelists is that we tend to try to fix our deck, but we always need that certain card, which is hard to get because of course the pricing. So the reprints helps a lot if you want to get that card. Just an example, Zeus was very expensive from my perspective, and now after the reprint, because of the Mega 10, his price went really low. So there is a big gap of a difference. The only thing is that you can see the difference when a card loses its value or it changed, you know, the value depending of the season of the ban list and Mega 10s or any set that is coming out. So that's a thing we got to keep an eye whenever there's going to be a Mega 10 or a set coming out or a ban list. That's when the marketing of the cards fluctuate. I didn't used to care about this topic, to be honest. I'm not a big into economics and none of that, but after knowing that there is a huge difference depending on the seasons of the product getting out or any new card reprints, that's when you got to keep an eye. Get that card and then wait, hold, and certain time resell it if you're planning on reselling it. Because there has been the difference when, for example, the ban list, right? We all, including myself, thought Verte, Anaconda, and Dragoon were gonna get banned. So what happened is that the pricing of these two cards drastically changed. It dropped, right? So everybody was selling their card. Everybody, not everyone, the people I knew around me were selling their Verte. They were selling the Dragoon because they thought this card is gonna be banned. And when a card is banned, you have no use of this card in a way. If you want to disagree, it's fine. There's an open debate. So that's the thing, right? But right after the ban list was released and the rumor were not true, including myself saying the rumors, that's when the two cards skyrocket, changed their price and went up again. And that's when I regret it so much, because we sold the Verte Anaconda for a much cheaper price. And a week after, I believe it was a week after, this card just, its price changed. I was like, what kind of witchcraft is that? And it's just crazy how much can these cards change depending of a certain release or a ban list. Some of you know already that I play Dark Magician deck, and one of the cards I was expecting to be reprinted was the Magician Souls. Magician Souls is one of the cards I need. We already spent money on this card. I have two, and what happened is that it's, you know how much is it? Probably each are around $100. So if I had a reprint, that will be amazing because I need 3 of those in my deck. So that's one of the pros about reprints. You can get your card at a much cheaper pricing for your deck, right? Now the cons about reprints. All right, for everything, there's a con and a pros, but the con about reprints is that if you have already purchased a card that is expensive, if it was released, when it gets a reprint, it loses drastically its value. Konami does this to get their marketing. They get profit out of the cards. And one of the cards they have not reprinted, which I should have thought about it, was Dragoon. And that's why I was kind of debating if Dragoon was going to get banned because of the rumors. But no, Konami has not made their profit out of Dragoon. So that's one of the reasons why it wasn't banned. But the cons about having a reprint is that if you have bought a card that is expensive, right? Of course, the rarities, it change its value, Starlight, all that kind of stuff. But some people don't care about the design or the rarities or Starlights. They just care about getting a card that can fit on their deck. So if you bought that card that is very expensive and then it get reprinted, that's actually damage your wallet. It loses its value, unfortunately. For example, I said one of the pros is that I get reprint from Magician Souls because I won't have to spend another $100. But do you imagine having a reprint of a Magician Souls down to $30 when it was $100 each piece? That's a very lose of money. It loses completely its value. And you're debating whether it's good that is getting reprint or whether it's good that is bad that is getting reprinted. For people that don't collect or just have them for themselves, reprints is fine because you're going to be playing this card, right? But again, the amount of money you'll be losing in a card that got reprinted, how many times, is just insane. Just like a Firewall Dragon, this card was on so many different levels. Like they had a ghost, they had it in rare, and it's just complete. People are like, oh, again, it's getting reprinted. Oh, okay, this is just easy card. It loses its interest of having this rare card that is expensive, right? But then you're fighting with yourself, and it's okay if they get it reprinted. I battle a lot with myself when I buy Yu-Gi-Oh stuff because my first thought is I want to get, for example, I want to get Cross Out. I want to get Cross Out and sell it, right? Or I want to get Nadir Servant or Triple Tactics and sell it back, right? But then as soon as you pull these cards, you're debating if you want to sell it or you actually want to use it for your deck. So that's a lot of things that I kind of fight back and forth because if you guys have not realized, I've been switching so much. One deck, Dark Magician, has already have like 5 different kind of Dark Magician decks. The update this deck, only one that I have that I care the most. This deck has so many updates that I can tell you like it's already 5 different or 4 different kind of Dark Magician deck because I have Tamias, I used to have other cards and then I moved, I ticked out. Now it doesn't have Slifer the Sky Dragon, Slifer is good, but I added other stuff, Nadir Servant. It's a lot of investment. If you're a duelist, you already know that as much Konami releases these crazy kind of paragraph with all these abilities this card have, the more they release these new crazy cards, the more you have to invest for your deck to at least play on your locals. So it's all about you investing on your deck if you want to be competitive. And if you don't want to be competitive, you just love keeping your cards and collect them, that money is not going to actually bother you as much. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I think. As most of you know, when I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, my mindset was completely different. I didn't know that this format was so much to invest. Honestly, I didn't know. I was used to the old format, and after I've been playing and now being competitive, because I said I was not going to be competitive, I ended up being competitive, okay? So after seeing all this, I noticed that Yu-Gi-Oh, it's not a child game like for kids, because it's all about money too. It's more about what you invest, how good you have invested on your deck to move forward on your locals to top locals. At the beginning, I didn't know you had to invest so much. I thought my deck was just gonna stay the same, always the same. I can top locals with my deck and that's fine. No, that actually is not like that. It's every time, depending of the seasons, depending of the brand new cards out, and depending of the release, your deck needs to be on top of the update. So that's why you got to invest. And again, that's the part when you're like, reprints works for my deck because I need that card. I need the Magician Souls. I have two. I need this Magician Souls. But then there is my other side of me that is collectionist, because I don't know if you've seen my other video that I was opening with Del King packages. As soon as I saw Gaia, I was like, I want to keep Gaia. I don't play any Gaia deck, but I want to keep Gaia because I love Gaia. Gaia is something in my heart, so I like to keep cards as a collectionist. So my side of collectionist or to invest is actually gonna cry when they do reprints of Dark Magician Soul, Magician Soul. But my side of competitive is like, heck yeah, I need another Magician Souls. So ending this video, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap everything together. Conclusion we can say of this video, I believe reprints are good for your deck when you're a duelist and you need a expensive card and you want to add that card to your deck. That is good about reprints. My other side of keeping cards, its value, unfortunately reprints will damage that a lot of the value of the card. It's unfortunate, but I believe that's Konami's market about Yu-Gi-Oh. So I'm very split in half. Sometimes I get like, oh, that's so cool, Magician Souls, I hope it get reprinted. But then I would think about like, I already spent so much money on my deck with the Magician Souls, so it's gonna damage what I've already the value of my card. I already spent money on it. So it's pretty divided as individual, in my opinion, and you can have a different kind of opinion about reprints, and you might agree or disagree. So this is an open debate. If you have any questions or if you would like to share some of your experience when one of your cards that have lost its value got reprinted, or what do you think about reprinting one of the cards, just comment down below, leave any common information, and I would like to reply to all your comments. So thank you very much for watching my video. I hope to see you guys on the next one, and hopefully I'll do another costume video until month of Halloween ends. So again, merci beaucoup. Au revoir, à la prochaine.